we have Jaguars at Ravens. How much money am I going to lose on this game this week? I keep
You're
taking the Jaguars.
all in on the Jags. Well, Baltimore is favored by five and a
Five
half.
and a half points. Oh my gosh. Baltimore with 0 targets is still favored over the Jags. That's how much you suck, Jags.
Both teams are 2-6, although everybody points to the Ravens haven't been blown out yet this year. I'm pretty sure the margin of all their losses has been incredibly small. Let's see, 4 points, four
Yeah.
points, 4 points, 3 points, 3 points, five. Cardinals was 8. Chargers, they won. Yeah, so Baltimore's been in every game that they've
Well, I feel like the
played.
Jaguars have too. They just Bortles throws a pick six every fourth quarter. It's like a guaranteed thing at this point. That said, he is really cheap in DraftKings, and I have him in my lineup at 5,600 because these Ravens, they've been the play your quarterback against team. They've been giving up the most points to quarterbacks.
And they're giving up a 106.9 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks, which is it's a juicy matchup.
Yeah, and you got to think that finally, I know Hearns is questionable, but even with Hearns questionable, Walters has been getting some good looks and playing well. So if
We like
Hearns
Brian
can make it on the
Walters.
field, yeah.
We really do at this podcast.
You got T.J. Yeldon, you got Thomas coming back. He was a little banged up last week, but he did play. But so I like Bortles with all those weapons against the Ravens.
I like Allen Robinson. He's my number one play. I like Bortles a lot. I have him in some lineups. I like T.J. Yeldon. T.J. Yeldon is only 6,500 on FanDuel. He's been getting not consistent work, but he has 3 games this season with more than 20 carries. He's capable running back out of the backfield to catch a pass.
Yeah,
So I
I
like
like
Yeldon
I
a
like
lot.
everything here except for the coaches. It's
That's
like I
about
just
it.
don't trust these coaches to actually like. I feel like I could game plan for the Ravens better than the Jaguars coaches, and that's not that. Like, I know every fan says that, but it's like this is a game where I honestly feel that. That and maybe the Lions against the Packers because Jim Caldwell's been asleep
Oh,
for
he's
10
just
years.
terrible. Who would you start on the Ravens?
Who do they have out for the season? Out for the season, injured reserve. I know Forsett is another one that Fantasy Pros is high on in optimal lineups for the price. He's been putting up top 10 running back numbers right on the cusp of that. Been costing top 10 running back numbers.
Well, the pass.
14.4 points per game in FanDuel for 7,100.
I see
DraftKings
12
is.
points a game on mine. It says.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at projected points.
Oh, okay.
My bad. So yeah. So you could go with Forsett. I don't know. I don't trust them to put up points. I can see that line for the game because I expect their defense to get 2 touchdowns. You know?
Oh, which defense? The
Um,
Baltimore defense?
yeah.
Baltimore defense has been decent against the run, 3.8 yards per attempt, 99 yards on the ground. You beat them through the air.
Yeah. I guess you can't not like Aiken because he's only 5,400 in
I don't know why I
FanDuel.
mentioned the Baltimore defense. I'm supposed to be talking about Jacksonville, but continue with Aiken.
Well, it's tough to find a good cheap play in FanDuel. He's 5,400 on FanDuel, so it's not bad. 4,500 in DraftKings, but that's still Danny Woodhead cost, so I'd go with Danny Woodhead over Aiken in DraftKings, but
Well, the
in
Chargers aren't
FanDuel, where you
playing
don't,
this week.
well,
I know what you mean, though. On the other week, yeah.
he's an example of a type of guy you can play because you have that flex option, so you have more options. But you have to get 3 wide receivers. Probably have to get one cheap wide receiver in FanDuel, so Aiken's not a horrible play there. But I want my Jags to blow them out. My Jags are going to change that. It's going to happen.
Jags defense is pretty good against the run. 3.2 yards per attempt, 94.3 rushing yards per game total. You probably want to beat them through the air. Do you like Max Williams? Do you think Flacco can put up some points? He hasn't been terrible this season.
Yeah,
Joe
I don't know.
Flacco.
The Jaguars defense, it's just such an unexciting game. I don't even like talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like the Ravens. I mean, when if Steve Smith were there, I'd be excited about it.
Yeah.
Because then I would see opposition to create stuff for Forsett also. Now it's like, what are you gonna do?
Load
You
the
know?
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.